to Modern English Proficiency Level, lesson number 33. Today, we're going to be talking about gambling. Boy, what a popular subject. A lot of people like to gamble, right? A lot of people like to wager money. That's what's known as gambling. You bet a little money on some sort of game. So, before we start talking about the subject, let's go ahead and take a look at today's warm-up. So, why don't you all repeat after me? Peter Pepper is proud of his poker playing. All right, excellent. Let's go ahead and read that one more time. Peter Pepper is proud of his poker playing. Okay, why don't we try that 3 times fast? Peter Pepper is proud of his poker playing. Peter Pepper is proud of his poker playing. Peter Pepper is proud of his poker playing. Okay, great. So first of all, Peter. Peter is a name, right? Peter. Pepper. Well, this is his last name, Pepper. But pepper is also a condiment, right? Like salt and pepper, right? It's the stuff that if you were to sniff it up your nose, you'd probably start sneezing. Pepper, okay? And proud. What does proud mean? If you're proud, you feel pride. You feel that you've accomplished something good. You've done a good job. I'm so proud of myself. I got an A on my test. That's proud, right? And also, poker. What is poker? This is a card game. You get 5 cards. You bet money. Just remember, poker is a card game. So, let's go ahead and read that one more time. Peter Pepper is proud? No, let's try that again. Peter Pepper is proud of his poker playing. Okay, excellent. Let's go on to the next part. Okay, guys, it's time for the quiz. First of all, tell me what the word pepper means. What is pepper? Wow, that's excellent. Pepper is a condiment. You remember that word? Condiment. Something you can put on some kind of food to flavor it. Very good. Okay, last question. What does poker mean? Well, that's absolutely correct. Poker is a type of card game. Very good. Alright guys, now it's time to take a look at the interesting idioms. Have a little look at the interesting idioms. So, we're talking about gambling today. Let's learn some ways to talk about gambling. First one, bet the farm. Okay, one more time. Bet the farm. Well, what's it mean if you bet the farm? This means you're going to bet all your money. Maybe on just one hand of cards, you're going to bet all your money. The reason we say bet the farm is because, well, in the old days, if you're betting money, you run out of all your money, you want to keep playing, maybe you have to sign over the farm to somebody. Maybe you have to take the deed, the piece of paper that proves you own something, and put that in the game. Maybe you can put the deed for your farm or your house in the game. So bet the farm just became slang that means bet everything. Okay? Let's look at the next one. Double down, will you? Okay, one more time. Double down, will you? Now this is, oh boy. This is pretty specific gambling lingo, little gambling slang here. What we're talking about is blackjack, the game of blackjack, game of 21, all right? Now, if any of you are familiar with blackjack, you'll know that sometimes if the dealer gives you 2 cards of the same kind, 2 of the same card, you can double down, you can split that, and you can play 2 different hands. But whatever, if you're not into blackjack, you probably wouldn't know what this means anyway. So, let's go on to the next one. Careful, he's hiding an ace. All right, excellent. One more time. Careful, he's hiding an ace. All right, well, this is probably a good time to talk about cards, to talk about a deck of cards. First thing we have to talk about is an ace, because he's hiding an ace, right? What's an ace? Well, that's a card with an A on it, right? You can see an A on an ace. We call that kind of card an ace. Now, let's talk about the other face cards, the cards that have the pictures on them. Maybe you call them picture cards. These are the face cards, okay? So first of all, we'll go through them in order of power, okay? Which one is highest, which one is lowest? We'll start with the lowest one, okay? So the lowest one would be the jack, the one with the J on it, okay? That's a jack. The next one up would be a queen, the one with the Q on it. That's a queen. And finally, the top one, the highest one, would be a king. Those are the face cards, the jack, the queen, and the king. And then we also have another special card. Instead of a 1, we have an A, or an ace. That's an ace. So, An ace, you know, is a very powerful card. In a lot of games, an ace can either be 1, it can stand for 1, or it can stand for 11. So it's a very powerful card, very high value. And it's also really good if you're playing blackjack. If you get an ace, it can be worth either 11 or 1. So if you get a 10 and an ace, well, you've already got 21. You just made blackjack. So that's the ace, okay? Now, if you're hiding an ace, well, what we're talking about here is sometimes if you want to cheat at a card game, you can hide a card somewhere and use it later in the game. So imagine hiding a card up your sleeve, right? He's got an ace up his sleeve. This is probably what we were looking for here. This is probably the saying we wanted to say here. He's got an ace up his sleeve. That means he's hiding the card in his sleeve, right? He's ready to use that for another part of the game. So let's go ahead and read that one more time. Careful, he's hiding an ace. Okay, excellent. Let's go ahead and look at the next one. I lost my shirt last night. Okay, one more time. I lost my shirt last night. Okay, now remember, he gave me the shirt off his back. He lost everything, even the shirt off his back. This is what we're talking about. If you lose your shirt, you lose everything. You bet everything you can bet, lose all your money, and then maybe bet your shirt too. Lose your shirt in the end. So that's what it means to lose your shirt, okay? All right, let's take a look at this last one. He's a mush. Okay, one more time. He's a mush. All right, well, I'm going to have to admit to you here, I don't really know what that means. I'm not much of a gambler, and every person I've asked doesn't know what it means either. And I even tried to look it up, and it doesn't tell me what it means. This is some kind of gambling slang that maybe only the cool, hip gamblers that wrote this book know about. But mush can mean several different things as well. Mush can also be something, literally mush is something that is not quite water and not quite solid. Something that's in between water and solid. So what I'm guessing is a mush would mean somebody that's not very good at gambling. Somebody that's not very good at playing cards. Could maybe be a mush. I'm not really sure. Maybe one of you guys are high rollers. One of you guys are good gamblers. Maybe you can tell me what a mush is. But let's go ahead and read these all one more time. First of all, bet the farm. Okay, what's this mean again? If you bet the farm, that means you bet all your money. You even sign over the farm. You give them the deed to your farm, okay? Oh, what's a farm, by the way? Yeah, out in the countryside, right? You raise animals, you raise corn, you raise rice. That's a farm, okay? So if you bet the farm, that means you lose everything, even your home, okay? So let's look at the next one. Double down, will you? Okay, one more time. Double down, will you? Okay, excellent. Let's move on to the next one. Careful, he's hiding an ace. All right, once again, hiding. You put something somewhere so nobody can see it. You can maybe hide it up your sleeve, right? And an ace is a card with the A on it. It can be worth either 1 or 11 in most games. That's an ace. And let's say that one more time. Careful, he's hiding an ace. Okay, good. Let's go ahead and look at the next one. I lost my shirt last night. Okay, one more time. I lost my shirt last night. Okay, so what's it mean when you lose your shirt? You bet everything. You lose everything. You even lose the shirt you're wearing. You lose all your money and your shirt. And finally, the last one, my favorite, of course, he's a mush. Okay, excellent. Let's go ahead and move on to the next section. Okay, guys, let's have a short quiz about the words we just learned during the interesting idioms section of today's lesson. First of all, if you bet the farm, what does this mean? That's right, it means you bet all your money. You bet the farm. Very good. Next question. What is an ace? What am I talking about when I say I have an ace? That's right, this is a name of a card. The A, right? Either 1 or 11. Last question. If I tell you, I lost my shirt last night while I was gambling, what does that mean? That's right, it means I lost all my money. I lost my shirt.
Wow, Caesar's Palace. Let's check in, shower, and come back to try our luck.
You don't want to waste any time, do you?
I agree with John. This looks like a lot of fun.
Well, if everyone agrees, we'll meet here in an hour. I must admit I feel lucky today. I think I'll try the blackjack tables.
I'll join you.
All right.
I want to try the slot machines. I feel hot.
Kelly and I are going over to the roulette wheel. See you later.
I had a few nice payoffs, but I lost it all afterwards. I should have quit while I was ahead. Just kidding. It's the money I set aside to have some fun.
That's the right attitude. You should never gamble if you can't afford to lose. Some people bet the farm and wind up in big trouble.
I thought I was going to win a big pot. I had a full house, but I was beat by a straight flush.
I'm so glad you're back, Kelly.
I had the strangest feeling about the number 21 one round and almost put all of my money on it.
Oh.
Luckily, I didn't. I just can't seem to win today.
Maybe you should try blackjack.
Let's go play a little more before dinner.
Alright guys, now let's take a look at the 10 sentences. So we're talking about gambling today, right? So let's learn some different ways to talk about the subject of gambling. So let's go ahead and look at sentence number 1. I feel lucky today. Okay, one more time. I feel lucky today. So you can also say I feel lucky tonight. Well, you could say I feel lucky this morning also. I don't know why we had to put today and tonight in there, but you have your choice, today or tonight. But lucky, what's luck? If you feel lucky, you feel like, hey, things are going to work for me. I'm going to win money, right? I feel lucky. I feel that I'm not going to lose, I'm going to win. You have a good feeling, okay? So let's do that one more time. I feel lucky today. Okay, let's go ahead and look at number 2. I just can't seem to win tonight. Okay, one more time. I just can't seem to win tonight. Okay, so what's it mean to win? If you win something, that means the game, that means the money belongs to you, right? That means you didn't lose. The opposite of lose is win, okay? All right, let's look at that sentence one more time. I just can't seem to win tonight. Okay, good. Let's look at the next one, number 3. Never gamble if you can't afford to lose. Okay, one more time. Never gamble if you can't afford to lose. So, what does gamble mean? Well, you know what gamble means, right? Gambling. You play a game for money. You bet money on a game. You gamble. Now, if you can afford to lose, that means even if I lose some money, I still have enough money to live. I still have enough money to buy food, to buy clothing. I can still pay my rent. But if you can't afford to lose, that means you're gambling with the money you need to live with, okay? You're gambling with the money you need to buy food, to pay your rent, to pay money for clothes, okay? So if you can afford to lose, that just means you have a little money that you can throw away. So if you have a little money to throw away, that's okay. Then gambling can be like a game. But if you use the money you need to live, gambling's not really a game anymore. It's a sickness, right? So let's go ahead and read that one more time. Never gamble if you can't afford to lose. Okay, on to the next one. Number 4. Kiss the dice for good luck. Okay, one more time. Kiss the dice for good luck. All right, so what are dice? First of all, dice are what? Well, you can have a die, right? One in a pair of dice. Dice are the small cubes, right? They have numbers on all sides. You shake them and roll the dice, right? You use this for like a game like craps, some game where you throw and you try to make a 7, okay? That would be dice. Now, some people think that if you want good luck, you have to give the dice a kiss and then roll the dice, okay? So, let's go ahead and do that one more time. Kiss the dice for good luck. Okay, good. Let's move on to the next one. Number 5. I feel hot. All right, one more time. I feel hot. Boy, do I ever feel hot. Well, this can have 2 different meanings, right? Hot can be, oh, it's too hot in this room. I feel really hot. I'm sweaty, right? Or it can be, I'm hot at gambling. I'm having a hot streak. That means I'm doing very well. I've been really lucky. I've had good luck tonight. I'm having a hot streak, okay? So if you say, I feel hot, it just means I've been winning recently. I'm having good luck with my gambling. So let's read that one more time. Number 5. I feel hot. Okay, good. Let's look at the next one. Number 6. I should have quit while I was ahead. Ooh, this is a good one. I should have quit while I was ahead. So what does quit mean? Quit means to stop. So some people, when they're gambling, they start to get ahead, right? They get ahead. They win more money than what they came with. You're playing blackjack. You start getting more money and more money and more money. You're ahead, right? You have more money than what you came with. That's when you're ahead at gambling. So some people say, well, I should have quit while I was ahead. Maybe for a while you have more money than what you started with. but after a while you start to lose and lose more and lose more and lose more. Well, then you could say, I should have quit while I was ahead. I should have stopped before I lost all that money I had. So let's read that one more time. I should have quit while I was ahead. Okay, on to the next one. Number 7. I have a full house. One more time. I have a full house. All right, so this is a term that has to do with poker, all right? A full house. You have 5 cards. You have like a, I don't know. You can look this up. But anyway, it's a good hand. You have 5 good cards for poker. I really know nothing about poker, but I believe it's, you have a king, a queen, a jack, ace, something else, whatever. It's probably a 10. But it's a good hand in poker, okay? That's a full house. All right, so let's go ahead and read that one more time. I have a full house. Okay, good. On to the next one, number 8. Blackjack. Okay, one more time. Blackjack. Now, this is the name of a game. Remember I told you 21. You try to make 21. You try to get the cards to add up to 21. The name of the game is called blackjack. Also, if you get 21, if you get a hand with 21, if you get maybe a king and an ace, you can just say blackjack. That means I got 21. That means you pay me, okay? So, let's do that one more time. Blackjack. Good. On to the next one. Number 9. I lost it all. Okay? One more time. I lost it all. Well, what's this mean? If you lose it all, that means you lose all your money. I lost it all. Pretty simple, actually. So let's read that one more time. I lost it all. Okay, on to number 10. Bet the farm. Okay? One more time. Bet the farm. Well, remember, if you bet the farm, that means you want to bet all your money. You wager all your money on one hand of cards or maybe on one game. You bet the farm. You bet all your money. Okay? So let's go through these one more time. First one. I feel lucky today. Okay? One more time. I feel lucky today. What does this mean? Well, it means you think you're going to have good luck today. You think you're going to win today. You feel lucky. So let's do it one more time. I feel lucky today. Okay, on to the next one. Number 2. I just can't seem to win tonight. Okay, one more time. I just can't seem to win tonight. All right, just means I'm not winning at any of the games tonight. I'm having bad luck, okay? So let's read that one more time. I just can't seem to win tonight. Okay, good. On to number 3. Never gamble if you can't afford to lose. All right, one more time. Never gamble if you can't afford to lose. Well, what does this mean? Once again, it means don't play a game for money if you can't take it, if you lose the money, right? You have to have a little extra money. Don't gamble with the money that you need to live. Only gamble with a little extra money that you're willing to throw away, okay? So let's do that one more time. Never gamble if you can't afford to lose. Okay, good. Let's look at the next one. Number 4. Kiss the dice for luck. All right, one more time. Kiss the dice for luck. Okay, remember dice, right? You shake the dice, you roll the dice, and then kiss the dice, like that, and then roll the dice. So, one more time. Kiss the dice for luck. For good luck, sorry. Kiss the dice for good luck. Okay, on to the next one. Number 5. I feel hot. Okay, one more time. I feel hot. Okay, what's this mean? If you feel hot, it means you feel like you're going to be lucky, right? You feel you're lucky. Next one. Number 6. I should have quit while I was ahead. All right, one more time. I should have quit while I was ahead. But what's this mean? I should have quit when I was winning money before I started to lose the money. I should have quit when I had more money than what I came here with. So let's do that one more time. I should have quit while I was ahead. Okay, good. On to the next one. Number 7. I have a full house. Okay, one more time. I have a full house. Okay, now this is a good hand of cards at poker. A full house. Let's read that again. I have a full house. Okay, on to the next one. Number 8. Blackjack. One more time. Blackjack. Okay, remember this is the card game, right? A card game, and it's also what you say when you get 21 at that card game. If you add up to 21, you can say blackjack. All right, now on to number 9. I lost it all. Okay, one more time. I lost it all. What's this mean? Simply means I lost all my money. I'm broke. Okay, so one more time. I lost it all. Good. On to number 10. Bet the farm. Okay, what's this mean? This means that you bet all your money. Okay, you wager all your money. You bet the farm. Okay, good enough. Let's move on to the next part. All right, guys, welcome back. Let's take a look at our quiz for the 10 sentences now. So first of all, answer this question for me. What does it mean to gamble? If I say I'm going to gamble, what am I talking about? you gamble, that means you bet money. You wager some money. You gamble. Very good. Next question. If I say kiss the dice, what am I talking about? That's right. You take the dice, right? You play a game, you have dice, right? You shake the dice, and you kiss them. Give them some luck, right? Kiss the dice. Next question. What does the word quit mean? That's right. Quit, that means you stop doing something. Very good. All right, last question. What does it mean to bet the farm? If I say I'm going to bet the farm, what am I talking about? That's right. When you bet the farm, it means you wager all your money. You bet all your money. Very good. All right, class, now it's time for a little bit of humor. So, time for the joke. This joke is entitled Garden of Eden, okay? So, first of all, Adam was walking around the Garden of Eden feeling very lonely. So God asked Adam, "What's wrong with you?" Adam said he didn't have anyone to talk to. God said he was going to give him a companion, and she would be called Woman. God said, "This person will cook for you and wash your clothes. She will always agree with every decision you make. She will bear your children and never ask you to get up in the middle of the night to take care of them. She will not nag you and will always be the first to admit she's wrong when you've had a disagreement. She will never have a headache and will freely give love and compassion whenever needed." Adam asked God, "What will this woman cost?" God said, "An arm and a leg." Adam said, "What can I get for a rib?" And the rest is history. Ooh, that's a bad joke, isn't it? Okay, so first of all, we're talking about Adam and Eve, right? The first man and first woman in history, created by God, right? So Adam, right? Adam and Eve. So he wants a companion. Before there was Eve, there was just Adam. He wants a companion, somebody to keep him company, right? Now, let's see. This woman will bear him children. That means give birth to the children. She won't nag him, all right? This is the costly one. Won't nag him. What's nag? That keep complaining. Clean up. Do this. Do that. That's nagging, all right? She'll never have a headache. That's your head hurts, right? Okay, so he says, how much will it cost? Well, God says, an arm and a leg. Literally, an arm and a leg. You have to cut off one arm and one leg. This is also a way to express something that's really expensive. You can say, that car cost me an arm and a leg. Just means it was really, really expensive. It's an arm and a leg. So anyway, he asks, what can I get for just a rib? So, well, with the Bible story, actually God did take a rib out of Adam. Took a rib and made Eve out of it. So there's where the joke comes. Okay, anyway, on to the next part. Alright guys, let's go ahead and move on to the culture part. So today I'm going to talk a little bit about gambling. And anytime you talk about gambling, you cannot fail to mention Las Vegas. Las Vegas, Nevada. Sin City, right? The biggest place, the gambling capital of this world. Well, Las Vegas, it's a very interesting place to visit. Actually, I was there last summer just for a vacation, but it was during the time where you could get really cheap airline tickets, right? A little while after September 11th, nobody really wanted to fly around, so you could get a real good deal on vacation or on a room for a hotel and air tickets. We got a package deal. Remember, two things you buy together, air tickets and a hotel. So, in my stay in Las Vegas, we stayed at a place called the Stratosphere Hotel. This is the, maybe you've seen in pictures of Las Vegas, the really tall building. It looks like a really big, it looks like a big stick with a spaceship on the top, basically. And this is a really cool hotel, actually, because there's a roller coaster that goes around on the very top of the place. A roller coaster is what? A type of ride. An amusement ride. It goes up and down and around and around. There's actually a roller coaster way, way up in the middle of nowhere on the top of this hotel. And also a different kind of ride where you're strapped into a seat and the thing goes boom and shoots you up in the air. I didn't ride on any of these because it costs money. But I did get to go up to the top of that and check them out. We're talking about casinos, right? A big place where all you do is gamble. So let's talk about some of the different ways you can gamble. First of all, probably the most famous thing, actually the thing most people think about when you think about gambling is a slot machine, right? You stick your money in there and you pull the thing and bing, 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 and then money comes out, maybe. No, probably never. But there's a lot of slot machines. Every casino you'll go to, you'll just see floors and floors full of slot machines, okay? That's called a slot machine. What else can you do? You can play poker. We talked about poker before. Play a card game. You can play video poker. This is just like a video game where you stick the money in and there's actually, most of them use a touch screen. That means you touch your finger to the screen on this machine and you can play the game. Also there's blackjack. You can play blackjack, or you can play its video counterpart, video blackjack. Actually, I'm not big into gambling, but when I did go to Las Vegas, one of the best things about Las Vegas is when you're there at pretty much any casino, if you sit there long enough, they'll start comping you. You know what that is? If somebody comps you, well, this is Vegas talk, okay? This is Las Vegas talk. That means they'll give you something complimentary. That means they'll give you something free. They will give you a free drink if you sit there long enough. So, the thing to do, if you go to Las Vegas, if you're like me and you don't like gambling, you sit your butt down at one of those video blackjack machines, and some of these you can play for 5 cents a hand. That means each game only 5 cents. So you can stick $1 in there. You can probably make that dollar last for almost an hour. You just sit there and you look like you're being busy, and pretty soon a waitress will come around, give you a beer. Make sure you tip the waitress though. Give her a tip. Give her maybe 50 cents, okay? And then she'll keep coming back and coming back. You can have a lot of free beer if you keep tipping her. Well, 50 cents for a beer, that's pretty cheap actually. She'll probably come back even for a quarter. But my favorite thing about Las Vegas, the free drinks, okay? But there's also a lot of different ways, a lot of different games you can play at Las Vegas. I think I talked about roulette before, the one where you spin that big wheel and you put the little ball on there and it jump, 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 try to land on a certain spot. A lot of different cool games at Las Vegas. But anyway, oh, another thing, Las Vegas is not only for gambling, okay? It's the gambling capital of the world, but you can also see a lot of cool shows there. Actually, David Copperfield, the magician that came here to China, probably about half a year ago. He plays at Las Vegas a lot. He has a live show at Las Vegas in one of the theaters. I actually saw a guy named Lance Burton, another semi-famous, probably about half as famous as David Copperfield, but another magician. I saw him play. You can also see Siegfried and Roy. Oh my God, so famous. You know the guys with the white lions or the white tigers? They train them to jump through hoops and they do magic. Siegfried and Roy. The German guys, you know? Siegfried and Roy. No? Never heard of them? Okay, anyway. Really famous show. There's also the Blue Men group. That's like, oh, and another huge thing I can't forget to mention, Caesar's Palace. You can go see boxing in Las Vegas. Mike Tyson is trying to get his Las Vegas boxing license back so he can go back there and fight again. But a lot of big boxing in Las Vegas. A lot of huge title fights, right? See who's the champion, who can be the champion in boxing, okay? But anyway, a lot of fun stuff you can do in Las Vegas besides just... Oh, and also, if you go to Las Vegas, you're pretty close to the Hoover Dam, which is a really big tourist attraction in the United States. You're within driving distance of the Hoover Dam. What's a dam? A big thing that stops water. Well, you know, like China's making the Three Gorges Dam right now. Until this time, until you guys finish the Three Gorges Dam, I believe the Hoover Dam is probably one of the biggest dams left in the world right now. But it's just a big, actually just a big wall that holds back some water, and you can also generate power there. It's also a power station, hydroelectric power. But anyway, Hoover Dam, that's another cool thing you can see in Nevada. But that's Las Vegas, okay? That's about all I have to say about that, and on to the next part. Not a word. Okay, so when would you use this? When would you say not a word? Well, when you're telling somebody a secret, if you want to tell somebody a secret, first thing you say is, promise you won't tell anyone, right? If it's a secret, you don't want a lot of people to know. So another way you could say this is, okay, I'll tell you, but not a word. It's short for not a word to anyone else. Don't speak one word about what I'm going to say to anyone else. So you could say, hey, do you want to hear a secret? You say, uh-huh. You say, okay, but not a word. And then you say, okay, not a word. I won't tell anybody else. Other ways you could say this are zip your lip, right? Zip your lip. That means like a zipper. Keep your mouth closed, okay? Zip your lip about the secret. Don't tell anybody. Or you could say, yeah, keep your mouth shut. I'll tell you the secret, but you have to promise to keep your mouth shut. You won't tell anybody else. You have to keep your mouth shut, right? And one more, keep it to yourself, okay? Keep it to yourself. Keep the secret to yourself. Don't tell anybody else. Another way, okay? Another way is, this is just between you and me. This secret is just between you and me. Nobody else knows it, okay? Just between you and me. One more thing, okay? If I want to tell this whole group something, but I don't want anybody else to know, I say, okay, I'm going to tell you a secret, but this stays in this room. Do you understand? This stays here in this room. The secret stays here. When you guys go out of this room, you can't talk about this anymore. We can talk about it here in the room, but it stays in this room. Do you understand? Once you leave this room, no more talking about this. You keep this secret to yourself. So let's go over these ways again. First one, zip your lip. Like that, like a zipper, right? Zip your lip. Oh, one thing I want to talk about, okay? A common mistake here in China. There's a very famous kind of lighter, daohuji, right? Called a Zippo, right? It's a Zippo. You clink, open like that, and then you can light it. Zippo, okay? Not zipper. I hear a lot of people say, oh, you have a zipper. No, 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 no. It's not a zipper. It's a Zippo. The zipper is what's on your pants, zzz, like that. Or on your backpack. Zzz, that's a zipper, okay? So difference between zipper and Zippo, right? Zipper and Zippo. So, okay, anyway, zip your lip, like a zipper, zip, like that. Keep your mouth shut. Another way to say it, keep your mouth shut. Or keep it to yourself. Or this is just between you and me. Or not a word, all right? Or you could just simply say, keep it secret. Keep this secret, okay? Alright folks, now it's time for the good practice section. Today, what I want you guys to do is get into groups. Why don't you get into groups of 4 today, okay? 4 sounds like a nice, unlucky number for you guys. Get into groups of 4, and I want you to talk about Chinese card games. Are there any card games that you play in China? Tell me the names. Why don't you tell me what the rules are? Tell me what the rules are of these kind of games. And then, why don't you have a discussion on North American card games or dice games? Do you know any games that we play in North America? Tell me the names of those. Tell me how you play them. Some examples would be poker or blackjack. Do you know any other kinds of card games that we play in the United States? Also, tell me any other ways you can gamble here in China. Are there anything you can bet on? Can you play mahjong for money? Yeah, I think you can, can't you? Yes, you can. Anyway, talk about gambling here in China with card games, and also talk about North America. How do we gamble with card games? And give me a list of the names of the different card games you play here in China. So get together with your group of 4. We'll let you talk about this for a little bit, then we're going to go around the room and we're going to get your answers. So, go ahead and start. Okay guys, now I want you to get together with a group. Why don't you make a group of 4 again? And what we're going to do is we're going to pretend that you and your friends have nothing to do. So one of you is going to suggest a friendly card game. But eventually, everybody but one person loses all his money. You lose all your milk money, right? What's milk money?